Yo, he stayed doing this to me.
Well, I'm just a menace in the back.
Yo,
Like
you're
what?
way
I'm
back
just I'm
there.
just a phantom. I always in the back with a shadow. I don't know. I'm just dark.
There it goes.
Batman.
You're a little brighter now. What's up, everybody?
Wait,
Let's get some comments
I feel
going.
like
Hold
I
on.
look
There we go.
crazy.
There we go. There we
Now
go.
you have me on here looking crazy. Hey,
What?
Willie, sir.
What up, Wooly?
Ray.
Big Ray in the building.
Night Custom Builds.
What up, though?
Welcome. I haven't seen your name.
What's good? What's up?
Y'all go ahead. Y'all give him his special treatment. Let me roll out the red carpet.
3,
Here's
2,
the red carpet.
1.
Set money. What's up, young fella? What the word is?
What's going on?
What's good, Willis?
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Calm down, man.
Yeah.
I'm still partying,
You don't been drinking
guys.
coffee.
Oh,
I'm
man.
still partying, guys.
I'm partying every day. You know.
I'm glad. Hey, man, it's good
I
to
had
see
some
everybody
nerds.
on this Monday holiday. Freaking holiday.
2 a.m.
Man.
It was yesterday was a national holiday, everybody. Let's
Yeah,
Oh,
start
yeah.
there.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yesterday was a national. Thank you, fam, for understanding. Yesterday was a
What's good,
national
fam?
holiday celebrating me,
Fan, what up? T-Mash, what's
the
popping?
greatest.
Shout out. Happy birthday to Miss Erica, my fly
What's good,
family.
2A Syndicate? Did you know there was World Octopus Day?
Thank you, Joseph.
No. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody. What's going on? Happy Monday. Happy birthday, Erica. We all survived. We made it. Boy, it was a long Monday for me. It was a long ass Monday. It was a lot of conversation.
It was a lot of conversation. Hey, Urban.
What up?
Wagwan,
And we did speak a lot, but we had a lot to speak about today. So
Yeah. Shaggy, what up?
hey,
What up?
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Mentos, thank you.
Hey, Mentos.
Mentos. What up? What's going on?
Thank you, Whiteside.
So the weekend came and went, man.
I'm over here playing games.
Yeah, you playing games. Let that
I won't
go.
be on the live, not knowing what the hell's going on. So
This don't even say it. Oh, does it?
no, it don't say what it is.
It look like it say right there.
Oh yeah, but if you cover your finger, you can show everybody.
Nah, I don't want to show nobody that badness.
It's so good.
Joseph Harris, what's up, brother? What's going on?
See,
Mr. Bullshitter.
Hey, Mr. Bullshitter.
What
Thank
the word
you.
be?
So I had we had. Damn it, where was the singing? I took it too early.
You took one?
I took a handful.
I don't know if y'all know what these
Guys,
are. But
I won't be giggling all night. I apologize.
Dang.
I took a handful.
you and Fam. Y'all need some
Yeah.
intervention.
I said I took a handful. But Saturday, Alex had a track meet.
Yes, sir.
I was
We about to
not.
have a home track meet.
No,
Well, soon, like
Calm
next
down.
week.
no,
I got
it's
states
not.
this week.
Yeah, state's coming up next Saturday, and then home their first and only home game. I don't know, competition,
Meet.
whatever.
It's
Meet.
meet. It's
Yeah,
a meet.
meet. Either way, shout out to Al for doing his thing out there, running.
Sir.
Hey, fam. I don't know how, but I already registered for SHOT Show like a week ago.
What?
You didn't register?
Yeah, I did. Roger Trigger, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. Good to see you.
I did not allow him to.
Shaggy, I can't even read all that. Hold on, it's too early. Hold on.
So the real question is, Babe has guns but doesn't shoot often and isn't comfortable with shooting with me. How do I convince her to let me take her out shooting? Shaggy, you can't.
You don't take her out.
You can't. I apologize, but we do not listen to our husbands because you guys, well, I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them do not know how to communicate.
Howard J, what up? So listen, that's the thing, man. From in a spouse scenario, learning how to shoot firearms is sometimes pressuring, and it's hard to learn. It's hard to teach.
Right.
So you might have to find a friend or something like that to take her out and hang
Right.
out and show her the basics or whatever, and then show you what she learned. Tap in. What up, brother?
Hey,
What's
and
good,
Howard
Tappin'?
J.
What's
good,
going
Tappin'?
on?
What's good,
But
Roger? What's good,
yeah,
Joseph?
that's won't listen to husbands.
I'm
Damn,
telling you.
Howard
Hey,
J.
that leads into some of the topic that we got going on. It does. I
Right.
swear it does. So Shaggy, I'm gonna get back into that. After people roll in here, we say what's up and tell y'all how much of a boring weekend we had. She wouldn't let me shoot. I wouldn't go. Couldn't go to the range.
Your lies.
Either way, we celebrated Erica's birthday over the weekend, and we were gonna go to the range.
I told you to go to the range.
I know.
Hey, Uncle June.
She didn't have it in her. June, what the word be?
I said
Thank you.
we was gonna go Saturday. I just didn't want to do Sunday. But because we did not go Saturday, I was like, all right, let's go today. And then yesterday. And then
it didn't work out. That bed was like, you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. We ended up watching movies. My husband cooked for me.
South Georgia right now,
it's freezing.
It's cold.
It's cold.
It's 60 degrees outside.
Fuzzy socks right now.
Is it 60?
It's 63. It's right there in the corner.
Oh, okay. Well,
63.
That's cold enough for me, y'all. I'm good at 63.
Billy, you not from the South.
I don't care where I'm
Stop
from. It
acting like you from the South.
Rakim said it ain't where you from, it's where you at.
Goodness. I need to buy Billy a bubble coat.
Yeah, I need an 8-ball jacket. I need a triple fat goose. Something.
Oh my God.
Something. No. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. I mean, everybody's going through something, and up top I hear it's like raining ridiculously, whatever. I ain't excited by any of it. So either way, man, we had a cool weekend. SD Marine, what's up there,
Thank
brother?
you, Uncle June. Hey, Marine, how are you?
But we got to hang out, and that's what's important, man. We got to cuddle up and watch some cool movies, some good ones, and do a little Bible reading. And
hey, Mike.
And that was our weekend. Mike, what up? What up?
Yep.
Oh, today's Monday.
Devil Rowe, what up there? CRG in the building. 85 right now. Where you in? The Caribbean? Shit.
85. Tell me where you is.
At nighttime? Woo.
It gets cold.
That sounds good to me.
But we was 70. It said 76 when we left around 4 to go to practice.
Yeah, I mean it was a nice day.
It
was
just
a nice
be
day,
the morning time.
Yeah, the morning and the night. And our house is cool because it's like old plaster walls.
Plus, it seems like the shade. We're always in the shade. It just seems like the sun don't hit our house like that.
House. That's what we call a house, the Adams family.
But
wait, who's at the range in 48-degree weather? I hope you indoors and not outdoors.
T-Match. Nah, he outdoors.
Mm-mm.
John Doe, what up? What up?
Remember that one time we went to the range where it was like freezing?
Yeah, it was one time we had to walk away. I had guns that were like not polymer; they were like steel frame, and I was like, let's go.
Yeah,
I can't mess with that.
A couple of times.
You got a bunch of Vaseline, so you ain't all ashy and stuff.
I'm light skinned. I don't get ashy.
Hey, Rodney Brady, I'm talking about T-Mash.
Oh, New York City, what up?
What's good, Rodney Brady? Y'all was ashy today.
But yeah, no, it was a good day. It was a good weekend. We had a good time. I guess we might as well go ahead and jump right into it. So, y'all know, being a content creator on YouTube is never easy, but continuously doing lives and bringing up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut myself off. We are celebrating a year of lives. This I guess this episode, something like that.
Was it today?
I don't know what day it was, but we're at a year. So shout out to My Fly family for holding it down for a year, doing a Monday thing.
Thanks to amazing Erica.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So either way, when it's time to get in front of people and talk about something that's going to reach somebody, that's important, that's credible, that's a learning experience or a teaching experience, it's never easy to come up with a topic that maybe you haven't talked about or something that needs to come back around for a second time. Hey Shanna, what's up, young girl?
Hey Shanna.
So
hey Shayna.
So a lot of times I'll take conversations, and so you guys get an amazing insight to conversations between Fat Guy with Guns, Regular Gun Guy, and Billy from My Fly Family. And sometimes the conversation is so good, but different opinions. And if it's good enough to disagree or argue about, then it's good enough to talk about, because we don't like to sit up here and all agree on the same thing. We're here to learn, and learn is to understanding that you had a different approach or a different idea of what you thought was right. And that's why we land on the topics that we land on. So, sorry, go ahead.
The reason why I like this topic, because me and you are so different.
Very.
And
that's why I wanted to get back to what Shaggy was saying.
Yes, because we at the range, the same way we were on the panel. I mean, it's worse at the range than it is on a panel, but yeah.
It's never that easy. But
it's never.
So the interesting part of the conversation is to understand what all of this excess stuff or all of this extra stuff is doing to make you better. Are you growing? Are you getting better? Are you training to get better? Are you shooting more to get better? Are you putting yourself in different environments to get better? Are you buying better weapons to get better? Are you putting accessories on it to get better? Are you wearing accessories to get better? Why are we spending so much money to get better? That's the real question. Like, is it getting better, or is it the shooter? Is it the person behind all of the accessories, all of the good new guns and products and innovative shit? Is it the shooter that has to get better, or do these things that we spend all our money on and get all in the head about it, thinking that's what's going to make us a better shooter?
I think your opening speech is long.
I know it was
Jesus
drawn out.
Christ,
I just want to make sure everybody understands what I'm saying.
We're not.
Either way.
What time out real quick?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna advertise right now. So we got a pedal from Odin Armory, our good friend, and not gonna lie, that made me a lot better at shooting.
You think so?
But it did. I really did.
That's what we're here to talk about.
But at the same time, I had to put my skill. I had to advance to, well, not advance, but what's the word?
Collaborate. Let's call it that.
Yeah, collaborate with it.
Your skill with the innovation of the product.
Yes.
To make it work. So either way,
50-50.
What I want to do is, like we always do, drop the link. Anybody is welcome to come in here. Just keep it respectful and come on here and be honest, because there's going to be some difference in opinions. And Zach already said he wanted to argue tonight. So.
Oh, Zach, I'm for the argument.
We up for it. Let's do it. Let's get it on, baby. Let's get it on, baby.
Okay, calm down. You're not the only one up here. I need you to bring it down just a little bit.
Bring it back in.
So only June.
Doing too much.
First, let me get to only June. Is Alex's channel still up?
I don't think so.
Alex is. Let's not even talk about it.
Well, only June asked because he has an 11-year-old son. I hope to 1 year you could bring him to the meetup so they can meet each other and do big things together.
Only June. I hope 1 year you could bring your ass to the meetup.
Right. I didn't want to say it like that because I'm trying to be respectful. But yeah, when you and your son come to one of the meetups, maybe we can get content with them shooting together and stuff like that. I love seeing Alex shooting or even helping with younger kids.
Somebody at the back door and they bringing in a little cold breeze.
I bet. Cold-hearted.
What's up, there, big fella?
Hey. Yeah, what up, man?
Chilling. What's poppin'?
Cold.
Oh, I know it. Y'all go ahead, but somebody about to bring in a little heat though, right there. So.
Yeah.
Hey.
What up, Roddy?
Yeah.
We got the whole New York on the panel right now.
Oh, that's how we going tonight.
Man. I just want to say what up, y'all. Erica, happy belated born day.
Yes, happy birthday.
Zach, Billy, bless each and every one of y'all. Yo, Zach, I caught up on your the mechanic joint you did today, man. Because I'm a little behind, man. It's life, sometimes life throws you curveballs. It's been a constant curveball for the last 3 months. But I just want to say bless to everybody. Nothing wrong with training. Something is better than nothing. A little bit
I agree.
goes a long way. You never know what will happen. It doesn't matter if you're shooting your firearms, you're fishing, you're running, you're hiking, it's whatever, son. Just get out there and do something. Something is better than nothing. All right, that's all I gotta say, B. If somebody says otherwise, man, punch him in the throat. And that's all I gotta say, B. I'm out. I'm gonna fall back and listen, guys. Peace. Bless each and every. And I love all of y'all's. All right.
You too, my brother.
Peace.
Peace and love.
Yeah, birthday girl. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Fan, what up?
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was gonna get a midget stripper, but
not a midget stripper.
didn't work out. So listen, man. Listen. All three of us are enthusiasts. We are.
That one.
And some of the accessories that we acquire are for the looks, and some are to improve our shootability. Am I right?
I'd say there's a lot of truth in that statement. Yes.
True. Now, when it comes to your ability to shoot, you have a lot of different types of accessories. Now, I know that we talk often about this is a good thing, it helps, it works, I like it. Is at any point that the things that you've put on your guns recently improving your actual skill to shoot?
I'd say no.
Thank you. Oh my God.
That's a lie.
It's not. It may be a lot. It may be a lot for you, young buck.
Yeah.
It ain't a lot for me. I know how to shoot. I'm not learning like you are. That's a whole other story. You think
Forget you.
Fan.
Win like the past.
Yeah. Look, so as somebody who has a reputation for spending a pretty penny on firearms and related accessories and improving my guns, I will say there is no substitute. I don't know how many golfers we have that's out there in the chat, but there are a lot of parallels between shooting and golf. A lot of people are out there trying to improve their golf game by buying more expensive equipment, but their swing sucks. And so if your swing sucks, it doesn't matter how much money you spend on your equipment. So can you buy some additional equipment that will improve your skills relative to shooting? Yes, but it is a slight variation, maybe 1 degree of separation. If you are shooting a stock kind of middle of the road gun and you're like a C shooter, and then you throw on a red dot, you get a better, smoother trigger that's going to improve maybe you go from a C to a C plus, but you buying expensive equipment is not going to take you from a C to an A. The only way to get from a C to an A is to train and to train the right way. And I think Rodney had it right. You do whatever you can. But I think if you talk to more experienced trainers, and then the next question is, well, what are you training for? Are you training for self-defense? Are you training for competition? What exactly are you training for? Because if you're training for self-defense and competition, shooting static at an indoor range with no movement, it's going to help a little bit, but it's not going to help a lot. Most trainers will tell you if you are in a gunfight, you need to be able to move. You need to learn how to shoot behind barriers and things like that. And so, man, it's an evolution. But do I think that the equipment that you use and the accessories on the gun can make a difference? Yes, but it's a standard deviation. It is not going. If you suck at shooting, I don't care if you go buy an Atlas Arabis, put an SRO on it, at an X3 200 turbo, you're still not going to be an A shooter.
Fam, we had the same conversation today. I'm not a golfer, but I'm a bowler. And we had the same conversation that came up because I was cleaning up and I came across 2 bowling balls that are like $250 plus. Most people ain't going to spend that on a bowling ball.
Right.
Now, if I give that to someone who don't know how to bowl, they ain't going to do nothing with it. Now, me, I'm going to take it and I'm going to make it happen with it because I know it. And then we started going over oil patterns and things like that. It'll marginally make you better, maybe, but it won't. You'll still be the same bowler who was crap with a $250 ball in your hand that can do all type of things and you don't know what to do with it. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
We had the conversation earlier.
First of all, I learned too much about bowling that I had no fucking clue about oil and shit, just all kinds of weird shit. Today it was an interesting day. But let me ask you this, Zach. Now, when it comes to bowling, did you need or did you feel like you needed a better ball to perform better, or could you have done the rental ball and still done as good as you?
Now,
did it enhance?
It actually did, because what ends up happening is you have different types of. See, with bowling, it's like you can compare it to shooting, kind of, but with bowling, I have a lane, right? And I have oil conditions. I can buy a ball that's good for every condition, or I can buy a middle of the road ball and then try to struggle through it. So if I'm on a lane where it's like really, really dry, I want something that's more closer to a plastic ball where I'm going to be able to get a lot more traction. Because if I use one of the high-end balls that I would use on an oily lane, I'm going to have too much traction and the ball will just take off and go wherever it wants to go. So it's levels to it. So when I started learning that, hey, there's too much oil out there, what am I going to do? I went out and had to get me a ball that I can use in those conditions. And so that's kind of how that works. That's where it makes it different than shooting. With shooting, if I'm moving or if I'm static, yeah, that makes a difference. But with that, it's a little bit different because I'm playing the condition.
Yeah.
So the equipment matters a little bit more because there's some equipment that if you try to do on a specific pattern, you'll never be successful. I don't care who you are. You can try all you want. You won't be successful. You have to get what you need for that condition. That's kind of, maybe, I don't know if that's unique to that sport, but I can go buy what I need to deal with that condition. But if I don't have the skill, doesn't matter if I got the ball for the condition, I still look like trash out there. Don't matter.
I hear that. T-Mash, what up, brother?
Hi, T-Mash.
What is going on?
What up, bro?
Chilling. So, T-Mash, listen.
Hey, I was a golf pro. So before you go ahead, I'll let you know I was a golf pro. I lost my credibility like 10 years ago, but
damn. Was. I guess you did say was, right? So, T-Mash, listen, iron sights or red dot for you?
Red dot all day long.
So, at a point now, I'm a fan of iron sights. I have a lot of red dots, but I'm a fan of iron sights. Certain types of iron sights. So, if I can get, if I can upgrade to fiber optics on every gun that I have, I would love it because they truly make me perform better. They make my eyes see better and quicker, and I can kind of even out, and it builds confidence for me that I'm not trying to figure out what part of the target plates are, my damn gun or not. So for me, I love iron sights, but there is a way to make it better, to make me perform better. You know what I'm saying? So for you, a red dot, I've seen you shoot. Is there any type of red dot that is better than another that would make you perform more so?
I would say, me personally, my opinion is no, only because I've had Sealy, I've had Holosun, I've had the EOTech, shot with the Trigicon, and all of that. It hasn't helped me shoot better than any other one. A red dot is a red dot if you know how to actually sight a red dot the way you're supposed to, because being in instruction, I've gotten with people in classes and looked at their red dot, and their red dot was all over the place. Some people feel like that they got to slave them to their iron sights, and it actually makes the situation a little different when you slave a red dot to the iron sight as well, than just actually zeroing your red dot by itself. There's a lot that goes with it, man. I love this topic because this topic is letting you know, like, things that we have, the accessories that we put on our guns maybe improves the feel maybe improves our grip, but to send that bullet down to a target and be accountable, that's a skill you must learn and you have to learn. And no matter what you put on your firearm, it's not going to help that bullet reach that target, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I agree with you and Zach 100% when it comes to that, because a lot of things help. Grips, getting your grips done, getting the what do you call that? I bought the tandem cross that 2A in LA had put on his channel for one of my 11s.
Gas pedal. Gas pedal.
Gas pedal. And it helps improve my grip on my left hand, because y'all brought it up too. When you out there shooting in the cold weather like I do, get them you get them ashy Larry hands going and that grip going. It's not helping that much, man. So that tandem cross was perfect. But at the same time, it's not going to help me like make that bullet hit that target. That's a skill that I have to learn, that I have to master, and just go on from there.
Yeah. Now, is there any hype for everybody? Is there any hype of a product that, in essence, or in the thought, in the principle of it, you see it working, but when it comes down to the performance of it, it didn't do shit? I recently got a product. I ain't gonna say no type of name or nothing like that, but
Billy, put him out there, Billy. Put him out there.
Well, I'll actually say the name if you need me to. But the name of the company is called. and they sent me there.
Yeah, that's right. I know him.
Right. So either way, the principle and the idea was dope. I was like, oh my God, it would help me keep both eyes open while shooting. Everybody knows that I tape up my left eye. It'll keep me help me keep both eyes open while I shoot. And when I present, I should be able to see it like a red dot. With a red dot, I can shoot with both eyes open. With regular iron sights, I cannot. It's not because of training or anything. It's just an actual condition with people's eyes that, it is what it is. And this was supposed to be the fix for it. It was no fix.
Oh, it's not a fix?
Not a fix.
Well, your eyes hasn't adjusted to.
Because I was about to say that. How you know it's not your eyes? Because y'all.
I know it's my eyes. I just told you it's my eyes.
I mean, yeah.
When we talking about the product, because I know what he's talking about, and I know I'm not going to say the name. I know what he's talking about, and what it's supposed to be designed to do. It sounds like it's not doing what we talked about, because I've seen it. He showed it to me. I know what it's supposed to be created to do. It sounds like it's not doing it.
It's not. And I'm still seeing 5 guns in front of me.
I gotta try it. I'm gonna try it.
But do you have an issue seeing like that?
Well, today I will. So yeah, I'll try it tonight.
I ain't putting no gun in your hand, you nerd.
I have a question. My question is, because you guys do a lot of reviews, you get a lot of products from companies, Billy, Zach, 2A in LA, you purchase a lot of stuff. And so with that being said, what one product have you guys purchased that has helped you the most dramatically with your firearm?
I mean, I have a lot of backing on. All right, so I just did a video on gimmicks, and understand that some gimmicks do actually work. And if I would back this one company, Odin Armory, the gas pedal that he has created is called the Sentinel. That's a product that I was like, I like it. I understand the principle of it, and it helps with what it's supposed to help with. And I would boast that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? So
the last
y'all seen it.
Well, the last thing that I purchased, nobody sent it to me, but this is a thing for me. And me and Billy have had this conversation before. Larger windows on a red dot work better for me. I don't know if it's because I can't see well or anything. So my favorite red dot has always been Seymour, because Seymour had a nice big round window. The glass is real clear. The dot is like, it doesn't starburst for me. I don't know why, even with my stigmatism. So when I got the house on the 507 comp with that extra big window, for me, it made a difference because I could acquire the dot better. And the way that it just, for some reason, the big window, I wish it was round. It's not, it's square. But for me, it made a difference. That was the last thing I could say that I purchased that I felt made a difference for me. I could just all be in my head. But to me, it did something. I appreciate it. When I took it out and shot competition with it for the first time, I'm like, man, this makes a difference for me because for some reason that bigger window helps me pick it up. I wish every window was the size of the Seymour and it was round, but this one just happens to be bigger than that and square, and it made a difference to me. It did. It was significant to me.
I would say for me, and we have talked about this before, but the Mantis really made my trigger pull a lot smoother than it was prior to me utilizing it. If you train with Mantis the way they recommend you train, you go through all the various options that they have through the training system, you'll come out the other end a better shooter for sure.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd second that.
It has improved my my shooting because I don't listen. I don't listen.
You admitted it. Oh man, I'm gonna keep this forever. This is live right here. 31 minutes, 32 seconds.
It's not me, it's the nerds.
So a true honest statement is when I decided to talk about this today, oftentimes my family is the reasoning for the conversation. And we've all started training generally around the same time. Like him and her and I all started on the same go day. And everybody's going to advance at their own pace. You know what I'm saying? It just happens that way. But as much time as we spend training and having more options of different firearms or whatever, we're still advancing at different levels.
Yo, I feel like you just giving long speeches instead of just saying we started on the same level and me and Alex is advancing and Erica is just
Erica,
in my head.
Erica,
I don't think his speeches are long. They just seem long because you're on the nerds.
That's all it is.
Right.
Shit, well, wah, 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 wah.
Erica, you never really answered the question. What's your thing on a firearm that has helped you?
I said the Mantis.
Just the Mantis. You
disagreed.
Well, I agreed because I said I'm not gonna admit to it again. But I said what I said.
She said she don't listen.
I can't do it to Billy and Zach for the second time. I just can't.
She don't listen.
You want to give us that excitement,
right?
So
let me finish.
Go ahead. Oh, I thought you was done.
There
goes that long speech.
But because I don't,
good.
I actually listen to it. I actually adjust to it. It gets to explain to me.
She can't speak.
I'm done for forget it.
Right. Listen, just
that brings us to another topic. Never handle firearms while under the influence of any drug.
Right, exactly.
So listen, triggers. Triggers are almost a crutch, if I might say. I feel that triggers are one of the most important things to help advance in correct your shot. Am I wrong?
No,
you're not wrong. I actually have an example from this weekend. I was on the range with a novice shooter, and there's a gun that she got from me, and it's a competition setup. The trigger that I have in there is not a regular standard trigger. I set it up for competition. And when she shoots it different than she shoots her other guns because the trigger is set up a certain way and she actually shoots it better. So and she noticed the difference because she said it to me. I didn't say it to her. And when she had said it to me, I told her why. We had the conversation before, but she didn't remember. And I told her, I said, this is why. I said, because the aftermarket trigger that I put in here, it's made a certain way. So basically, it's just like kick, 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 kick. There's nothing to it. It's like, and she mentioned it to me when she said it because of what else she was shooting. There you go. She mentioned it to me. She said, and when she said it to me, I explained to her why. Because she said, "Why'd you do that to me?" I said, "I mean, listen, that gun is set up for a certain thing. It's set up a specific way, and the trigger in it, the way it is set up, it will make her a better shooter because of less movement, things like that, better reset. So it will help." And she knows it. I didn't even have to tell her. She knows it.
I've said many times the mark of a good trigger is to have a short take up, a clear definable wall, a crisp clean break, and a short reset. And so the trigger is the one thing that you are constantly interacting with on your firearm, right? And so for me, a good trigger is a must. If I have a gun and it doesn't have a good trigger, I mean, I really don't want to shoot it. A bad trigger can destroy your whole shooting experience. You know, you got a heavy trigger with a long take up and a long reset. Man, it's very, I won't say, look, you can train your way to shoot excellent with any trigger, but it's just not enjoyable for me. And if I'm in a stressful situation, I don't want to have to try to manipulate a crazy garbage trigger.
I've gotten rid of 2 guns because the trigger was trash.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean, one of them I had was like supposed to be the new hotness. I had the gun for like a week, and I was like, I said, this trigger feel like it got sandpaper in it. I didn't want to learn how to deal with it, and I got rid of it. I literally had it for a week, and at the time, it was the new hotness.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to introduce y'all real quick. I know we all good in life, and we've accomplished things and we've achieved some things. But I want to introduce y'all to one of my rich friends.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, we just gonna all take a minute, absorb it, put it in, just see how it goes.
Hey, oh, rich friend, hey.
Good to see you, rich friend.
Good to see you.
Look, he got his own moon.
Yeah, he got 2 moons back there. Look,
that dude is killing the game.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all good?
What's up, man?
Young fella?
You know, this is too fancy.
It's too fancy.
Oh, y'all room?
Oh, your
I'm
room?
about to tear all this shit down, go back to the basement.
I mean, I like them red moons you got back there. Tell you, I like that.
I can't do it no more, man.
No, it looks great.
Yeah,
hey, listen, aside from greatness, I hear some greatness might be going on tomorrow night.
Yeah, I wanted to stop by, man. What's up to everybody in the chat? Hi, Erica.
Hi.
Y'all, I'll have to speak to Erica because she violent. But anyway.
Yeah, hi, Erica. And she said, yes, I am.
Right.
No, so tomorrow night, man, we're gonna go live with the Press Check podcast. So myself, Twister Eddie Tactical, we're gonna be live on the Press Check YouTube channel. So it's the Press Check podcast YouTube channel. I want everybody to come over and support. I don't know how it's gonna go. So
but it's gonna go.
It's gonna happen though. So y'all come over tomorrow, check us out. We're gonna talk about something real good. It's not gonna be centered around guns, I don't believe, but we'll see how it goes though. And I was listening a few minutes ago, bro. And forget that trigger stuff.
What? Man. Triggers are the best part of the gun. Trigger for me.
He just want to argue. That's all. He want to argue. That's all.
Does that say RGG or does it say Armel? Which one is it? RGG or Armel?
Yeah.
RGG?
Now listen, y'all said his name 3 times. Stop it.
I'm saying though,
show up. He already popped in.
People don't be knowing the difference between triggers until you tell them. Like not tell them, but until you start to talk about it.
Not true. Not true.
Don't you tell me not true, Gina.
Not true. You just heard Zach say he was at the range with a novice shooter, and he did not say that to me. I told him what I felt different with my 3.
Well, let me rephrase
the thing
it.
I liked most was his.
So you shot a gun that had your stock triggers in it, and then the aftermarket felt different to you, right?
But I didn't know it was aftermarket.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying you
Okay.
felt the difference between comparing two triggers. But
3
prior to
triggers.
that, when you would just buy your guns, you didn't go looking for a certain type of trigger.
Well, I didn't at the time.
Yeah. So now that's what I mean. So once you experience it, then you might say, yeah, this is different. I mean, I do that now myself because I consider myself a novice shooter. But before I started getting into this stuff and being around other people and shooting different guns, I didn't even know what it meant. Trigger weight, reset. I didn't even know what any of that meant.
I still don't know what it means, but I do know that I feel a difference with the 3 of them that I have. And the first ones the ones that I know, not just the first ones, the ones that I compared it to were all the mechanics that I shot. But apparently somebody thinks it's okay to switch out the trigger on all the mechanics and get me used to that. And then I go out and buy other ones that don't have that same trigger.
Who is somebody?
He's sitting right above you. Zach.
Zach, what did you have
messing the game up out
Fat
here,
Daddy
man.
trigger?
Yeah, I put the Freedom Smith, the Fat Daddy in there.
Yeah, man. Those
But you'll get a lot of people that say they don't feel like you have to change the trigger in the mechanic.
And the funny thing is, you actually don't. But at the time when I was learning about it, there were people that were saying, "Yo, you should check this out." So I went and did it, and I understood why.
Yeah,
because it's something that was already good. You actually could make it better, but it's for the purpose. That's how I look. You wouldn't want to be carrying that trigger in a defensive gun. You wouldn't want to. There's no forgiveness. Once it goes, it goes. That's
so Gina, would you want to switch your triggers now?
Well, say that again.
Do you want to switch your triggers out now?
On one of them.
Okay.
On the Beretta, I do. But I don't think that it's not that forgiving either, Zach. That's what I like about it. It feels like the middle ground for me. I think that the platypus for me is not forgiving.
Yeah, that's like she thinks that the platypus is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what RGG is saying too, because when you get with a lot of novice shooters, man, basics and fundamentals first and foremost is the most important thing before you start talking about triggers. Because one of the things that Zach did mention is that trigger is not forgiving and it's not something that you would want to carry. So a lot of times we have to be careful with what we feeding some of the new gun owners and the novice shooters when it comes to triggers, because the basics and the fundamentals of marksmanship, man, is so important, because people can get that twisted and been done got a hold of something. I was at the range where somebody got a hold of a trigger and it kept going off before he would even break it at the target, because he had a really good trigger in the 1911 and it had no takeoff. It just broke every single time. So he got to the point where he was endangering himself and everybody around him because of this expensive trigger that he had in his 1911.
I agree.
So, it gets risky, but the trigger for me is the best improvement to a firearm. That actually affects how I shoot and how most people do.
Mm-hmm.
I truly believe that. You can do all
now,
kinds
Billy, you evolved, because in times past, I've heard you say you don't like to change out triggers, right? So this is newer to you've evolved into this.
Yeah, that was just me being cheap.
Yeah, he's becoming a little snobby. Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's a new side of things for me. And I realize now, if you would ask this question probably a year ago, like, are you getting better? And is what you have making you a better shooter? I'm like, But now, experiencing these different added on things, accessories, or whatever we want to call it, improvements, it made me a better shooter. I was a good shooter. but that made me a better shooter. So there are things that actually make. Now we always get into the argument of, is it the shooter or is it the gun? Is it the gun or the shooter?
So wait, you said wait. Did I hear that right? You said the trigger made you a better shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't agree with that. I don't agree.
So why you got all these damn special triggers?
I don't agree it made you a special trigger. I don't think it made you a better shooter. I don't think that it did. I think the skill was already there. I never fall back to equipment is what makes you a good shooter. What makes you a good shooter is what you know how to do. It's like I said, if I give you a $250 bowling ball, if you don't know how to use it, it don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You just a guy who don't know how to bowl with a good piece of equipment. You already knew what to do. It didn't make you a better shooter.
But I can only get so far with that skill without an amazing piece of equipment to enhance that skill.
Not
just
true.
like
there are guys who use stock triggers who can shoot like crazy. They train themselves with it. Now I told you that there's a different ball for every condition, but there are guys who will take a cheap, crappy ball and go out there and bowl like crazy on whatever. They will. They'll do good.
But what about you?
I had to switch up for the conditions. It wasn't working for me.
I'm switching for the conditions too.
See, for me, I feel like I want to be able to ultimately pick up any gun and shoot it fairly well. Yeah. So I'll adjust to the trigger. I don't need it to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. Once you get the feel for that firearm, you can pretty much get on target with any gun. In my opinion,
I feel like
if you shoot enough.
I feel like we get into this argument quite a bit on our lives, but what I would say is that it may not make you a better shooter, but it can enhance your performance.
Yeah.
And so I understand if somebody is incredible, like if Michalik picked up a high point, he could outshoot me 5 days of the week, 7 days of the week, 24 hours a day if I had an Erebus, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the point, though. I think the point is if you give him an Erebus, he's going to shoot better with that Erebus than he would with a high point.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so there is a certain degree of performance enhancement that can be given when you have better quality equipment.
Yes.
Let me add on to that, right? And good evening, everybody. I said my name 3 times. That's why.
Hey, what's up, Army?
What up, man?
Yo, check. What I've noticed, right, was when you upgrade things or you upgrade your firearm, it creates a different shooting experience, and everybody said that. From that shooting experience, right, it makes your shooting more pleasurable, and the more pleasurable, the more you get into shooting, you're going to shoot more, and the more you shoot, the better you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I agree with that.
The more you shoot, regardless of what it is, if you have pleasure in that activity, you know what I mean, the more pleasurable that activity become, the more you're going to do that activity. The more you do that activity, the better you're going to get at that activity.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like it becomes natural. You know what I mean? It's kind of like shoes, and we ain't gonna talk about brand, but the more comfortable that shoe is to walk in, the more you're gonna walk in that shoe.
So let me ask you this.
Oh, go ahead.
What's up?
Do people have the tendency to get complacent with their skill, to almost go backwards?
Sure.
I don't know, man, because I don't know about people. I just know about me, bro.
I imagine that happens, though.
I have to ask
I don't know,
Armel, because I know that you are a wonderful contractor and a builder. So why you all them code violations up there behind you? That you ain't? I mean, you got all that skill. What's the problem?
Maker who never makes his own shoes. Who doesn't make his own shoes?
That's a good answer.
Hey man, I gotta go, man. Hey, listen, everybody be cool because I'll be arguing with y'all all night about this. This is a beautiful live, Billy.
Thank you. Hey,
2 in LA, Zach, T-Mash, Armel, Gina. I'll see all of y'all later. I gotta go. Everybody in the chat, what's up? I gotta get out of here.
Peace.
Yeah.
Make
Make his own shoes, bro.
What up, Skilly?
So,
I know,
everybody do me a
just
favor,
messing
though.
with you, man. I just took the time to mess with you, man.
So-
Everybody do me a favor. If you can, make sure you get over to the Press Check Podcast channel. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications and all that. So y'all be have a good heads up tomorrow when they go live. What time are we looking at? 8 o'clock?
Yeah,
Eastern?
I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central.
Okay, perfect.
Why don't you bring up West Coast Pacific Standard Time?
It's too much of a complication to try to figure the time out.
It's like 1 in the afternoon. It's like 1 in the afternoon, West Coast time. What do they call it over there?
Pacific Standard Time.
Oh yeah, that.
So then it's like
So,
what, 4
Billy.
o'clock? It's 4 o'clock. Was it 4 or 5?
It's 3 hours earlier from the
So
East
it's-
Coast time.
That
So
don't
it's
help.
5 hours. It's 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Yes.
So Billy,
Yo,
2A and LA brought up about golf. So me being in golf and me teaching golf for 10 years, I taught golf for 10 years, and he talked about a lot of people buying expensive equipment and before they knew how to play the game. If you buy, I'm going to take a driver for instance in golf. A lot of people would buy a $500 to $800 golf club and expect to go out there and play like Tiger Woods or somebody else. The problem that they were having, and the problem that I was faced with a lot, is that they were new. They didn't have the skills. They didn't put into practice to learn the fundamentals. So with a driver, you can get what's called an offset club. An offset club sets the club back a little bit. So when you contacted the ball, it would go straight instead of going off to the right. Because most golfers didn't know that they're supposed to get their hands a little bit faster in front of their bodies to hit, right? So what happened, and this kind of goes a little bit to what Armel was saying, after they put in the time and after they put in the training to learn how to do that, that offset club became elite because now they started hooking it left because now they had learned the basic fundamentals to hit that thing straight. And then they could upgrade to what they needed to upgrade just because of their skill. And I think that's what we look at when we're looking at firearms as well. Like we can go in it in the beginning as novice, as we learn, as we start to evolve, then we start to look into upgrades and things like that to help us further what we have learned in the sport, I would say.
So let me ask you this now. Did you get to a point where you started getting better equipment?
I started getting to the point where I got better equipment, but what I asked you guys, and that was, what did you guys feel that helped you the most after you got these firearms? And you were saying the Odin Armory. Zach said a bigger picture window, and then 2A in LA was talking about trigger, and then I think someone said something else, right? So
Mantis.
Right, the Mantis. So that's the thing, is that the reason I said that because I knew you'd all have different answers, and then I would have a different answer, and if somebody else came in, they would all have a different answer. Those are the things that we learn to. So if I'm training on you guys, I got 3 different things to look at with you guys: eyesight, a picture for Zach, what was going to be best for him. For you, it was the Odin Armory thing, so it would be your support hand, right? So and all that, and then Mantis with 2A in LA on what he felt that was helping him get a better trigger squeeze on that, and helped him
like
be
my heart.
work the trigger a little bit more. So that's what we got to look at, is like we all have our own things. So for me, when I start getting out and I'm not shooting all that well, it's usually my support hand. I start going too fast. I start doing this and that. My support hand gives up. So for me, it's the grip. So the thing that helped me get better, or what I feel that helped me maintain to be able to shoot better at a longer period of time or going fast, was the grip. So I invested in stippling and really chalky grip, man. I love to have a grip on my firearm because that helps me. We're all going to have something different that's going to help us get to that next level.
I think the main thing that I think really, really helped me was finding somebody who's good to shoot with. You know what I mean? Like, just like say for instance, just rocking with DC Money, that shit just like my shit went like 50 different levels from
So
just the
getting around other shooters is
yeah,
enhancing your shooting.
hell yeah.
That
First
always
of all, I gotta stop this whole shit right now. Mel, do you have on a fucking turtleneck right now?
No, Long Johns, man. It's freezing out here, man. This ain't fucking Georgia, bro. This the mountains, bro.
I said, boy, you don't hit the money when you got a turtleneck.
Yeah, I
on.
got Long Johns on, man. You know,
right.
Well, Billy, I
it's
had
cold
to
out.
jump
It's like 40 degrees, bro. It's damn near snow.
Listen. I think that what you've said is one of the most important comments that I've heard so far. Is getting around other people to enhance your ability to shoot yourself. If you only have you, it's hard to be better than you. It's hard to have a level of to chase in a sense, but getting around other people in the community is going to make you have something more to learn and something more to prove.
Yeah, Roadblock. I learned a lot from Roadblock when he came up here and came to the range with me. It was kind of sweet. He was teaching me some stuff. But y'all definitely got a subject for Professor Jay Skilly. You know, that's my name, right? Skills. You know, you gotta have skills in order to. Yeah, I'm glad y'all got me. I like this live. Y'all talking to Professor though. Go ahead.
I think the thing that we overlook too, and that's even more important than any piece of equipment is repetition. Repetition is the most important training tool, in my opinion, that we can have.
And it is.
Shooting is a perishable skill, and if you don't do it all the time, and you can't, because I know times when I've taken off a stretch of time for whatever reason, when you go back to it, I wasn't as good as I was before. It took me time to get that back again. I remember what to do and what I had to do, but I think that's the. I think that's important.
Yo, it's cold out there, boy.
It's cold. It's cold here too. That's
the joint comment of the year now.
Right.
That's the comment of the year.
Yo, but for real, the segue off of my cousin, the segue off of Zach, right? Mm-hmm. But all the combination, it's the firearm, it's being around people, it's that pleasurable, the firearm being the pleasurable, the ability to enjoy shooting, making it more enjoyable, so you can get out more, and that adding on people make you get out more. You know what I mean? Nice equipment make you get out more. You know what I mean? It's the whole. It's not one thing. You know what I mean? Because the reality is the base of it. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. But you're going to do it more if it's more enjoyable.
Yeah, if you love.
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh, that's true. And I just want to say something to piggyback off of what Zach said. Zach, I 100% agree with you, but I would add this, and T Mash can attest to this because he's a golf guy and he'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Zach, you were talking about repetition.
Mm-hmm.
The repetition is good, but only if you're repeating good fundamentals. I know a lot of people who will go to a driving range, a golf range, and they'll hit 300 balls, but their fundamentals are terrible. So all they're doing is locking in poor fundamentals.
Yeah, it's happening.
So you have to have good fundamentals and then repeat those good fundamentals until you lock them in and maintain them.
That is
so
a fact.
I had this and I think me and Zach both actually had this same issue. Is somebody had gave us advice on grip, simple as fuck, on grip, and I was so into how I normally held a gun. How can I even do this? Either way, I was so into the way I held a gun, I was not willing and I was uncomfortable to try this new way of grip.
Yep.
Finally, one day I just tried it. It was a year later, and I just tried it, and I've been shooting that way since.
Ever since, yeah.
and me and him were totally different because there was nothing wrong with the grip that I had, and I tried to do it, and making myself try to change to do what I was shown, it made me worse. It didn't make me any better because I already had something. It wasn't a bad grip. It was something that was said, hey, maybe you should try this. Because I said that to Billy too. I was like, you're successful with what it is that you're doing. And what he was doing wasn't wrong. It was just someone gave you a different option. And when I tried that option, I was like, no, I've been doing this for damn near 15 years. And it's not bad. It works. If I try to shift this, I didn't want to take the time to retrain myself to do something that I felt wasn't necessary. We had this conversation about that. And I didn't think it didn't matter. Because I still don't think it matters. But he decided he wanted to switch up on it. Because what he was doing wasn't wrong. It was working for him. It was safe. It was getting him results. And somebody said, hey, why don't you try this? And at first we didn't want to. I said, okay, I'm gonna try it. And when I told him, I was like, man, I said, doing it actually hurts.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Hey, Billy, do you think you shoot better now with the new grip than you did with the old grip?
No, but it feels better.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and now it's commonplace. Now that's how I shoot.
Okay, got you.
It didn't improve ability, maybe slightly on some like recoil control. Maybe that's what the positioning was for, to get my left support hand, thumb meat, whatever you call it,
the hand meat,
my hand meat onto the actual grip of the gun.
Gotcha.
Something that I didn't do prior.
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe it lowers, that amount. But I think with also me, repetitive skill building, it's hard to tell what made the difference.
Got you.
Do you shoot a lot of rapid fire, Billy?
No.
That would stand out if you did. If
I did, right?
Or hand on there, yes. That. So with that said, when's the last time you guys ever took a class or another lesson?
Facts.
Never.
It's been a minute since I took a handgun class.
That's not true.
I stood in on a Alex's class one time. That was it.
Yeah, that's true. But so that's still
And that's what I was talking about with the grip. It was that same person.
I always recommend it because you brought it up, Billy. And you said that when Armel was talking about getting with other shooters. So Saturday I went out and I heard Erica ask who went out in 48 degrees. It was me. I go and I'll take classes here and there. And I used to take a lot, but now I'll take them here and there because at some point with all the shooting and the practicing we do, we also have to gauge ourselves and we have to have a platform in which we gauge ourselves from. We got to get stressed out just like everybody else. And you get classes and you get around other people. When you shoot by yourself, it's different when a ton of people watching you. They got a timer on, and now you got to perform. And we need to hold ourselves to them standards because it makes us better shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a class recently with Joe Farrell, who is on the Atlas Gunworks team, and shooting for 8 hours is very different than going to the range and shooting for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
you burn off a couple thousand rounds in a day. By the end of the day, your arms are like, trying to maintain that form, that grip, and all of that for 8 hours and be precise with it. It's different.
It's hard. Yeah. Fatigue steps in.
Facts.
Oh,
you all right?
No, she's not all right. She's not all right. She's not all right.
You on mute,
muted, man. You muted.
You muted, Billy.
You muted.
Yeah, you muted, man.
She's still in here. She can't leave. Look, she's stuck. She's stuck. She can't go. Fam, don't never do that to her again. Got her on them damn gummy bears. Grabbing the walls and shit. Oh shit. Hey, let me take this minute to say what's up to some people that slid up in here. You right, Joseph Harris, man. Real deal. What's going on, Jason? You and my brother Joe Q. What the word be? Kaba in the building, man. I gotta go back so far. Kingdom Defense, what's up, you snob? It's good to see you. Philly Slow, what it is. And Burner Girl, Jay. Sorry, I missed everybody trying to get into this good conversation. STD, CDL, what up? So Big Easy, what up? And Riz. So now let me ask y'all this, man. Do y'all have guns that you feel like you just don't shoot well with? Now, I'm in that. I have that. I have probably 6 or 7 guns that I do not have a great performance with these firearms. It just does not fucking work out. And we you know, the shooter is the shooter and the skill set is the skill set, but the performance does not show up during these 5 or 6 guns that I have.
It depends on what you're training for. And I think somebody else
hitting the fucking target arm now, just like regular shit.
It's funny though, because we me and Billy talk all the time, and
at a 3 to 10 yards, man, any gun should work.
Yeah, but I don't. The thing is,
training for defense.
I don't shoot. There's like maybe 5 or 6 guns, maybe 4 that I shoot all the time. Other stuff you take out, you shoot it, then you put it away. We were just having this conversation the other day. So I mean, I can't really gauge it because I don't. Maybe 4 guns I shoot all the time.
I got stuff that I don't shoot.
Well, it's quite a bit.
I don't like shooting it. It's not that the performance is better. I just don't like the shit.
Yeah, see, I don't anything that is not. I have one gun that I just can't stand to shoot, and I just bought it for the hell of it. I can't. But it's just stuff I just have that I just don't shoot. Like, you know, Fam, like I got stuff like Fam shoot everything, no matter how much his guns cost. He shoots them because he bought them to shoot. Like, I have guns that I bought that just for collect. I'm not gonna ever shoot them. But for the most part, I shoot everything at least once, then it goes away. And that's literally how it happens. You shoot it once and it goes away. And they'll ask me a year later, man, when the last time you shot that gun? I'm like, the last time you saw me talk about it.
That's Ramsey, I'm not gonna. I'm probably gonna shoot that one time, put that up. That's a collector's item just because I wanted a 1911. It wasn't nothing special. I just wanted to get it.
I don't have
the Derringer, that Derringer 2-shot Derringer 45. I'm not gonna.
I got a 9mm Derringer. I shot it one time. I was like, I don't like this. This box is brand new. Sit in the safe.
I don't have like this, but I bought some guns that I'm not so happy with that I don't shoot. You know what I mean? And some of those guns, some people fucking swear by. I really don't shoot. HK sucks, by the way. But
damn.
Nah, but
Armel just ruined your HK sponsorship, Billy.
Oh man,
there it goes, man.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was Zach's cousin on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nah. But like, say for instance, the Glock 19, I don't shoot. I don't for some reason. I shoot my Glock. I shoot my Glock 45, but I don't shoot the Glock 19. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that was weird. The one Glock that I have, the only reason I used to shoot it is because I carried it. Now that I don't carry it anymore, I don't shoot it. It sits in the box.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to. And it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it. It was just that I don't shoot it anymore.
I don't shoot it because it's too many people. I don't shoot it because too many people got them. What the hell I'm gonna take them for? I shoot somebody else shit. You know, real love. You show up to the range, it's like 20 damn Glock 19s in there, bitch. Well, I'm gonna bring mine.
For me, it's got to fit my hands well. I done got rid of a ton of them, man. The Hellcat Pro, man, that was one of my worst purchases, man, that I got because it just did not shoot. Didn't fit my hands well, and I couldn't even get my finger through the trigger well from it. If I was bringing it from concealed, I had to have a loose grip to do that, and that was dangerous. And I'm starting to find that out with the 4 1/4 Commander, the Prodigy. It's just not fitting my hands the way I would like it to, man. And if it doesn't, I'm just not a real big fan of taking it to the range and going with it, because I don't like to purchase firearms. I want to run them all. And when I say run, I want to get them hot. I want to run them. I want to see how they perform, because that's just what I'm about. So if it's not fitting me well with that, then at that point I start thinking of ways to let them go, to trade them in or whatever to get what I need to get that's going to fit my.
That's interesting.
Yeah, for me, I just think it depends on what am I buying the firearm for. I have like a core 4 to 6 guns that I shoot constantly, that I'm constantly trying to. If something goes bump in the night or whatever, those are my go-tos, and I'm very proficient with them. Then I have guns that I just love to shoot, and then I shoot those. And then I have guns that are really more collector's pieces, but I try to maybe once every 6 months, I go out to the range and I take them and I run a mag through them or 2 through them and clean them, oil them, just keep them up to snuff. And I always feel like no matter what, if I'm in a pinch, I should be able to grab any gun and be relatively proficient with it. And I don't care if that's a Desert Eagle or whatever. I want to make sure that any gun that I have in my collection, if I need to use it, I have the ability to use it and use it relatively accurately.
You know what that sounds like? Earlier, bro, Billy, when we had the conversation about athleticism.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking. That's what Fam is talking about. Where he could grab any gun and just shoot relatively well with it if he needed to.
Perform enough.
Let me ask 2A a question about that, right? 2A, right? When you gonna do a demolition ranch video where you just gonna shoot everything in the collection, man?
Man, I'd have to. Man, that's a lot. That's a lot, bro.
You have to drive
the ranch where you got everything.
Just doing this year, my gun collection. I've always broken my gun collection up into 2 videos, handguns and long guns. And even then, like this past year, each video was like 45 minutes long or something like that. This year, I'm going to do 2, but I'm going to have to fly through the guns because it's just too many.
Just shoot them.
Yeah, Demolition Ranch. He shot like 200 guns? He did a video where he shot like 200 guns?
Yeah, it was like an hour long. I never made it through. Too long.
Yeah, do that one. Do that one 2A in LA style. Just take anything and shoot it. Run a mag. He only shot, right? You just run a whole mag through everything.
I would say this when I first started, I was doing unconscious buying. I know that's bad.
Impulse buying.
Yeah, impulse buying when I first started.
Skilly, I still do that now, man.
Yeah, I believe me. The more that you have, the more you do it.
Creeps back up every once in a while, but I try to
I had a conversation where I was cleaning up and I was just looking at gun boxes and thinking, and this is the first time ever. This just happened over the weekend that I had a thought in my head. I said, "Man, this is ridiculous." I actually said that to myself. And that's why we're having a conversation today. I said, I need to maybe, modify stuff like Fam does. So, start moving into that a little bit because you can only have but so many. And exactly. No, I'm not. It's just true. What he said is that's how I do. We'll be having a conversation about something. I run through 3 different things, and that's what I do. So that was the first time I ever had that thought in my head over the weekend. I was looking around. I'm like, I said, this is kind of ridiculous. I said that to myself. I've never had that thought before. So, but I understand that you get into that thing. You'll see something, especially you. I believe I take myself to be a person who knows guns. I don't know everything, but I'm knowledgeable. So I'll see something and I'll be like, something? It'll just be the price of it. I'll look at it. It looks like it might be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have that. I like to do that. And it could be a piece of crap, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm a hoarder more than a collector.
I would probably be that way, Zach, if I was in a free state. But because of the California handgun roster out here, there's only a few guns on the handgun roster.
I don't want to hear you say that shit no more, man.
but it's true. I understand. If Fan was somewhere like Ohio or Georgia or somewhere like that, I can guarantee you he'd probably have triple the amount of
100% fact.
He keeps talking about this damn roster like that shit involves him.
It does.
No, it does. Because what happens, Billy, is when you have to pay 200% of the MSRP, you're a lot less likely to impulse buy. At that point, you like, I got to do my research. I can't afford to make no mistakes and pick up nothing that's garbage. I got to watch every video, every whatever. So all my guns that I buy have a lot of thought behind them for that reason.
Oh, that's right.
I can. That's why I can understand that. He was someplace that was free. It would be. I guarantee it would be. He would look around one day and be like, "This is ridiculous."
Right.
Second residency, Brian.
Facts. I'd have to have a whole house just for my guns.
Just a second residency, man. Arizona close to you, man. Somewhere you could drive to.
Arizona, Nevada,
Yeah, just a second residency, man. Just a small studio apartment.
So now, is there anything, any new innovation, new technology that has popped up in the recent months that either you have or you're looking forward to getting to actually, give it a shot? I don't think that a lot of us buy it solely on the hype. There's a reason for it, and generally that's to make us perform better or make the job easier.
You always, and funny thing is, you always got insight into it with me because we talk every day. You know how I am about that whole T6 arm setup now.
Yeah.
I'm on that. I want that. I think
believe in that idea.
Yeah, because we saw it and we saw a video, and then we actually got the chance to put our hands on it. And everything we saw in the video is what I put my hands on and was able to do. And that it convinced me, listen, I gotta have that.
I'm looking at maybe putting a enhanced Glock trigger in my 34 for the switching out a trigger for the first time pretty soon.
It's gonna disappoint you. Don't do
it. Oh well, damn. Thank you.
What were you thinking about, Skilly? Apex in there or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Shout out to Mentos. Mentos gave me a Timney trigger for a Glock.
Or a Timney trigger, yeah. Those are the best ones.
It's a different fucking trigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like doing modifications, so I don't.
But I just want to do it because I actually want to turn that one because I spent so much money on that holster, almost $300 on a holster. I want to use it as my Safari.
You say you spent $300 on a holster?
Safari Land.
See, all right, boom. We could roll into that.
Skilly balling like that though. Skilly balling like that. That's
no, I'm not.
Next level.
$100.
It's close to if you go to their website. It's
which holster is it, Skilly, for $300? Because I get a competition holster in a minute, and I ain't never paid $300.
You bought the belt as well, Skilly. Why it cost $300? You bought the belt as well.
It was close to $300. It was $200.
Wait. We asking Skilly all this shit, not realizing this nigga pay $900 a month for a ring. Fucking.
I'm trying to figure out which holster it was for $300. I mean,
Safari Land. You go to Safari Land, you can build your holster with them.
What does it do?
It's level 3. It's a drop leg holster with the forks on it.
Okay.
Mm.
So I've bought custom competition holsters. And I ain't never spent $300 for them.
If you bought the whole kit, it adds up to that. But it's
I had to literally go down the list and pick. I wanted to put on it.
Adds up and dime you to death over there.
Billy, I bought the Springfield Echelon. That was my recent purchase. I bought it when it was first released, that Springfield Echelon. I wanted to see, I got sick of buying plates for, all of, my firearms with the optics. That's one of the first questions that you asked me. And I wanted to see how this one was going to fare. It's supposed to be the new greatest, latest, right? And it wasn't more of the hype. It was the most, if I get this and run it, is it going to be a little bit easier? Is it going to be simpler for me to, take this this duty pistol and run, all these different optics and things on there, and just to see how that was going to hold up. That's probably my last purchase that I made, but I bought that because it was supposed to be a little bit easier to run that way, and I didn't have to spend the money on the plates, because I feel like that's where they get us too, man. Getting all these different plates for different optics for your firearm.
Is it living up to the hype?
So far, mine has. I haven't had no issues with it at all. And it's living up. I like the lower bore axis that it's got on it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels just it feels smooth, just like a Glock does with the low bore axis. So I was actually pretty impressed and been pretty impressed. I've been running it in USPSA and all that. I'm putting it through the test on purpose to see if it holds up, and it's been holding up.
So that modular optic system works pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, how many optics have you swapped onto it?
The first one I put on there was the Doctor cut. And then I had put on my Steiner, put the Steiner on there. The only thing that I haven't put on there is a Delta point, but everything else, it held up. It went down. It seats right on it. There's no plate, and there's always co-witness no matter what you put on that thing. And so far, man, it's really been holding up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. JLN, what up? What up? What's popping? Rip, what up? What, Mr. Rip? Truth, what it is.
What up, yo?
So there's a Skilly brought up something that's interesting. Now, a lot of us will spend $100, $90, $80, 150, 160 on a fucking holster, oftentimes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think there's about 3 versions of holsters that I would understand or feel that exist, and that's a retention holster that somebody would carry most likely outside the waistband, and then there's a competition holster, and then there's like an inside the waistband holster.
Mm-hmm.
But people swear by certain companies, and I wonder what it is about these holsters that would make them such a high price item if they do a simple job. And
let me explain to you, Billy, from Skilly point of view and defense of Skilly. That holster Skilly got, he could set up to different rigs that any way the fuck he wants. It's the ability of it.
Does it make him better?
It doesn't make him better, but it secures his weapon, and that's a safety device, bro.
At the range,
I guess when I think, I guess it gives him more options. But
it gives him more.
I don't know what he built or what he, because I've never tried to build a Safari Land holster. That's why I said when he said $300, and you know me, Billy. When I look at $100 holster, I'm like, oh man, that's cool. I'm like you be like, nah, if it's more, that holster, get it. But the fact that he built it, like that's why I wanted to know. And now if he had to go through and add different things to it, I can understand. Like you said, they'll nickel and dime you to death. So I can understand how it got to a certain.
Are you wearing that holster like to work and shit?
No, that's the holster I want to start competition in, strictly for competition.
Shooting at the range, right? With the 34.
Yep, and I got one made for my Glock 19 as well. So that one $100 and some.
What did y'all do? Y'all tax return shit? Damn. So in the long run, in essence, that holster is going to make your shooting experience a better experience. Agreed?
If I decide to do, when I decide to do competition, yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
I hear that because same thing. When we have these conversations all the time, and RGG has about 8 or 9 different setups for competition. Ask me how many times he shot competition.
He's still looking for the perfect.
He's trying to perfect this. I don't know, this setup, this rig, and so he has a lot. That being said, and we keep telling him like, bro, you got every piece of that you need already. There's no need to go out and give these companies all your money because it's not going to make your experience any better. You need your necessities when it comes to competition. So that's why I say, with a $300 holster, how many mag pouches do you have on yours? And I'm not picking, I'm just asking.
2 rifles and 2 pistols.
He doing a 3-gun competition.
Are you doing 3-gun?
Yeah, if you do a 3-gun, if you do a 3-gun, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So in a situation like that, all right, you might advance. It'll make your experience a little more proficient, more better, to get out there and do it. But people out there damn sure spend a whole lot of extra money on shit that should be as basic as possible.
I agree.
but we think that because it costs more, it's going to advance our shootability. From there, you have to rely on having the abilities.
Honestly, and I don't want to do it for me personally. If I was to buy it, it wouldn't be probably for competition. It would be probably just the adaptability of it.
Because that sounds like to me, it sounds like more of a duty type rig.
Yeah, it's a more tactical type rig.
It does, yeah, it sounds like that. Now, would you buy it? Now, here's the fun of it. As an enthusiast, you would buy it, Armel, but are you buying it for the performance of it?
I don't buy
just to the range.
Let's get this right. I don't buy nothing for performance.
It's all for the flex.
I like it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's why something like that, I wouldn't, and I don't mind spending money on certain things like holsters and stuff, but I wouldn't do that because that's when the cheap side of me would come out.
Yeah, I buy shit because I want it,
Yeah, and honestly, that's one of the most honest statements tonight, and believe it or not, that kind of answers the entire question. Is all the shit that we buy and spend money on, it's not going to make you no better. Buy it because you fucking want it.
Yeah.
You got an urge to get it. It's going to make you look good. When you put it in your shelf, you stare at it all night because you enjoy your investment. Not because the shit is going to make you any fucking better at what you do.
I still agree with Fam. It can enhance. I still agree with that. It can enhance what's going on. I still agree with that.
I have a three carry rotation, right? And my 3 carry rotation, I bought a tier 1 concealed, and it seats my lights for the Streamlight TLR HL. Right? And so I bought one. I carry all 3 of them have Streamlights on them, and they all fit in that Streamlight because I had went down that rabbit hole when I first started and getting way too many holsters and said, hey, there's got to be a better way than this because this can get crazy. That means every new firearm I get, I have to get a holster for it. So I went that way and got the tier 1 concealed appendix carry with that fit TLR1.
See, I went totally opposite from you because of the fact that I didn't want to buy a whole ton of holsters. Is one of the reasons why I always carry the same gun.
Yeah.
Why? It's one of the reasons. It's just for me to keep switching carry guns. To me, it's not. I can't do that. The carry gun is the gun that should be the same. That's the way that I feel about it because it's the one that is going to be my go-to all the time. It's the one that's with me all the time. So for me to switch them and to have to buy different holsters and stuff for it, that was one of the reasons why I never had a bunch of different ones. Was part of it because I'm like, I gotta have a holster for this, I gotta have a holster for that, I gotta this. And at the time, you could buy stuff that you can like switch around, but I didn't want to go through the hassle. I said, I give me one good carry gun, one good holster, maybe 2. But depending on the situation or if I'm going out, and I just use the same gun. That's why I've never been a switch my carry gun sort of. It's just
mine's due to the weather, Zach. Out here, we get hot summers and cold winters.
I'm the same way. I'm in Ohio, but my thing is, it's just if it's cold, I just put on something thicker. If it's warm, and then I have masks so I can cover up stuff, and whether it's hot or cold. So I've adapted to that too.
Yeah, they'll call on you out here, even if you go somewhere and you got a mag well that's sticking out protruding. Some lady will call on you out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
They will call on you out here in a heartbeat and said that you printing and that they've seen something and you got
printing illegal in these states.
It's not illegal, but people will call on you out here and say that that you brandishing when you're not.
Yeah, if you get the wrong law enforcement person come up, they'll say that too. You brandishing, depending on how they feel that day. They'll say you brandishing.
Plaid shirt or shirts with patterns breaks up the silhouette of printing. So you got like plaid or camouflage or fatigues or vertical or horizontal stripes. It'll break up the silhouette. So when people looking at you, the pattern will throw it off.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see all the tactical dudes wearing these flannels like idiots. It's a reason for it. It kind of like breaks up the silhouette of their print.
Yeah.
Now,
What
like
up, Roblox? What up, y'all?
I have stomach problems. So I have stomach problems, so I can't index carry. So I have to like side carry. So if I wear a shirt like the one I have on now, like I don't know, the one I have on now, it breaks up the silhouette. Or you'll see me with a rugby or something like that, something with stripes. Usually all the time. It's barely ever like a t-shirt unless I'm just going to the range, or I'll just wear a light jacket or something, something to break it up. Because I can't afford to be a threat out here and kill me for some dumb shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though everybody know me, but still, I can't afford that. I can't afford that risk.
Real deal. What's going on, young fella?
Not much. How you gentlemen doing?
Not bad. Roadblock.
What's good? What's good, everybody?
I think it all depends on the state you live, because I don't care if I print or whatever. If somebody calls the cops, I'll tell them to pound sand. Not the cops, but the person that called.
And you have that.
I don't care.
All don't, bro. All of us don't have that privilege, though. For real. Everybody, some of us are considered a threat just for living.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other rabbit hole, man.
That's a whole nother rabbit hole. It's not fair. It's not right, but
what it is, what it is.
But it exists.
To get back to you guys, seen the show Top Shot, right? Remember Top Shot?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that Asian guy that was on the show that he always shot with a teacup, and he went really far, and everybody kept trying to change the way he shot, and he kept saying, "No, I'm not doing that in the middle of a competition. Quit trying to change my grip." And he went farther than a lot of people that tried to change his grip, and he was doing the old teacup.
Yeah,
because that's what he knew.
I don't think that there's one way to do anything.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's a way to be safe always, but I don't think that there's one way to do, because I've seen guys do a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I wouldn't do it that way. But the guy out there being successful, doing what he's doing, he done mastered whatever that is that he has. It's safe and it works for him. So I don't think that there's. I've just learned that over time. Where you at first you start thinking, oh, there's one way to do something, then you're like, no. Especially when you start moving around and start seeing people doing other things, you're like, hey, I don't do that, but I'm watching this guy, and this guy's spectacular out here doing this, and I would never do that. But he's mastered that because that's the way he's trained himself. It's safe and it works for him.
Yeah. So I guess the guy won. I didn't remember if he won the show or not, but I guess he won. And he did the old teacup.
I guess. What's up, man? What's good, everybody?
What's going on, Roblox?
I came in late, so I just seen the title. But what was everybody talking about before?
Working out, going to the gym and working out.
Here you go.
Skilly actually was on here talking about how much he missed you and how he enjoyed y'all's
right.
time.
How you made him such a better shooter when you were around him.
He said you SD Marined him.
Yeah.
You said you had a gentle touch.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Those who have who follow me on Instagram or friends with me on Facebook, y'all know that I took Oliver Body by O's class this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was 2 days. It was Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was defensive pistol, and then Sunday was urban battle rifle. So I can shoot. I know that, but he will humble your ass.
Yeah.
Right. He will humble you to the point where you want to scrap everything and reassess a lot of shit. So under stress, running, cold shooting, like stressful ass situations, I had to reassess a whole lot of things, like your gear, our rifles and shit. Like we bog our rifles down with a lot of shit.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Can you carry that rifle in a SHT shit hits the fan type situation?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got all this shit on your rifle
That you don't
but
need.
that you don't need. Can you hold your rifle up in the air with your one arm and hold it there for a certain amount of time? Can you carry this rifle for 8 miles if you got to bug out? Can you do all of these things? So it was one dude in the class who had a lot of shit on his rifle. He was fatiguing out. Can you carry all this shit? So I think that training exposes
A lot.
a lot. Training exposes, it tests your equipment, I should say.
Yeah.
It tests your equipment. It tests the things that you think are sweet, that look good, but are they practical?
For what situation?
For any situation.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Yeah. Rifle is set up for a situation.
Yeah.
Every rifle that you just shoot standing in one spot shooting, that's all cool for that particular situation. And it hit ping, ping, ping all the time. But when you got to move, bug out, some type of shit like that, that might not be the rifle for it. That's what I'm saying, Roadblock.
Okay, so
I get what you're
saying. I get what you're saying. But most people, if you know people, right? Most people shoot the rifle that they gravitate towards the most. They shoot that gun the most. Right. And most people, if they have a rifle, they have like 3 or 4 rifles. It's one particular rifle that they shoot the most. That's probably gonna be the rifle that they grab if something go down.
Mm-hmm. So, Robot.
Yes, sir.
Is there a gun?
Sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Is there a gun in your collection that you shoot best?
Best. Okay, so I would say I shoot my staccato the best. However, I can pick up any gun and shoot it well. My fundamentals are going to be the same no matter what gun I pick up. So I am good. The gun is as accurate as you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Got some of my I wasn't accurate with. I'm like, Roadblock, put my shit down.
So on a level like that, now let me know if spending staccato, I don't know, $3,000 to be safe. Spending $3,000 on a staccato, was it to experience owning a staccato, or was it to make?
So the last time what's crazy is the first time I ever shot a staccato was at Oliver's class 2 years ago. My boy Lamarius brought his, and I shot it, and I was like, "This is dope. I want to get one."
Mm-hmm.
I got it. It's the allure of having one, and I'm not gonna front and say that. I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't get it partially because it was a staccato. I mean, because I've had 1911s before. I never really gravitated towards them. I've shot Rock Island double stack, but I never really gravitated towards it. But staccato, it just felt like I got it, but now I have it, and I don't shoot it as much as I shoot my PDPs and my Glock 45 that I just ran through this course. And if some shit was to go down tomorrow, I'm grabbing my Glock 45.
Facts.
And that's just, and I mean, I got PDPs and I love my PDPs, but I'm gonna find more 9mm Glock magazines than anything else.
What rifle did you run this weekend, Robot?
I ran my, come on, man, you already know what rifle I ran.
Okay.
You already know what rifle I ran, and I'm telling you, so the great part about he went into the minutia of sighting in your rifle and what distance you should probably sight your rifle in, and it just went in like 25 yards.
Skilly. Mm-hmm. You know what minutia means?
Billy, why you put me on the spot like that?
I think training, like Jova said, training above, like, okay, if I could get every other weekend for 2 years, I could train with somebody. If I sold my staccato, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I hear that. Wow. I hear that.
I would do it in a heartbeat because training will literally have you picking one gun and one rifle. Right. Because if you train a lot, you really are going to pick
you're not gonna be jumping around.
You're not going to be jumping around. If you training every day, you are going to grab your best rifle and your best pistol, and that's your shit that you're going to train with over and over and over and over and over again. And I've seen a lot of people in class, and this is one thing that he told the class that kind of stuck with me. We buy shit, we shoot it a couple times,
put it away.
We put it away, and then we call ourselves proficient.
It's true.
Or we call ourselves experts, or we call ourselves like, oh, I'm good at this. But are you really?
I think it robot. I think it's the, like I was saying to T, it's the reason, one of the reasons why I don't switch carry guns.
I feel you.
Because I want to be super proficient with it. It was because I didn't want to buy a bunch of holsters too, but it was because I figured that gun is the gun that I should be able to shoot the best with.
Mm-hmm. And I would say this about okay, so 2A said about the holsters or whatever. I love tier 1 because tier 1 has the one holster where it is fitted towards the light.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my carry pistols have the TLR1 HL, and they all fit in that same holster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And if I have a full size pistol, I just switch the light and put it on that, and they all fit in that holster.
You know, back in the day, I bought body armor, right? And then I joined a prepping group / militia, and we used to go training all the time with body armor on and stuff. And I learned real quick what I needed on that body armor and what I didn't need on that body armor.
That's heavy as hell.
And that thing got changed about 4 or 5 times before I found the right combination and what I needed and what I didn't.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all, Joe Bob, what up? What up?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me on.
Joe Bob, what up?
What's up?
What's good, man?
Hey, can I just say, can I interject one thing?
Yeah, sure.
So just from a standpoint, a lot of us have like multiple EDCs. We'll switch out EDCs and everything else. That's a good thing, but it's also a detriment because you never become one with just one EDC, going back like to shooting one platform really, really well. I dropped a comment in there about the units, right? The units do something that's exceptionally well. They train and they train hard with one platform, whether it's a 1911, it's a Glock 19, or whatever. They train and they know that system. However, the subsequent training is on other systems that they may encounter, whether it's an AK, a Dishka, or whatever. So to really to hone your skill, get one gun and spend your time training, just like Roadblock just said. You know, if you spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on a gun, you're missing an opportunity to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on training and ammo. And that's what's going to separate you in a gunfight. Now, luck goes both ways, you know, and it's a truism. We spend a lot of money trying to mimic what the military or LAPD or NYPD is doing, and we're chasing that, and it changes. Those guys got more money and more assets than we got. So pick a platform, get confident and comfortable with it, and run the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you will be better. You'll be markedly better than someone that's jumping from gun to gun to gun to gun. Like, No bullshit, real world experience, man. Pick it, train with it.
Real quick, Rip Curl. I would assume so, bro. There's about a $3,000 difference between the two guns. I'm sorry, I saw that comment.
Mm-hmm. What'd he say?
He was saying he'd rather have an alien over a staccato. I was like, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, but also he has to understand the limitations.
That's like alien, like $8,000.
Aliens get hot. Aliens get really hot when you shoot them. And you can't shoot an alien in a sustained gunfight, in a sustained pistol fight.
Is it for that though?
So I'll say this. I would choose, if I had to choose between the two, I'm definitely going to choose a staccato because a staccato is actually a duty weapon.
Yeah, right. But Roadblock, here's this right here, right? And I'm gonna poke the bear and play devil's advocate. What units use those as duty weapons?
A lot of police.
All right, so
they probably don't shoot. They probably don't shoot a lot.
Texas DPS uses them. When was the last time Texas DPS got into a 18-hour gunfight? Never. So again, as we're choosing these things based on
that was what I was saying was if I'm going to choose between a staccato and an alien. Now I'm not going to choose that staccato over my Glock 45.
No, Robot. I understand what you're saying. I'm just playing devil's advocate because again, everyone says that staccatos are duty approved. Everything else. Which units use them? Right. The last time an actual unit that goes in and does the shit use the STI was Delta. They used STI 40 cals and they divested of those and they're on the free market. So when we start thinking about guns that's going to run and fucking run and do the shit, you start looking at your Glocks, your 1911s, everything else. Those are combat proven. Now we'll jump into some of these guns. Don't get me wrong, staccatos are nice. I was playing a CS the other day. Aliens are nice. They get hot when you shoot them. But if you're looking at a range toy versus something you can go and hold your own with, you have to make that decision. But at the end of the day, pick a gun and train with it. Because training ain't gonna do nothing but get you better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at what happened on Saturday, man. Fucking make chaos. Fucking nice. You know? So when we start talking about like what you're gonna carry and everything else, what are you good with? What has that functionality, repeatability, and reliability? Start looking at those parameters. And there's some great guns out there. Don't get me wrong, man. There's some guns I would love to be able to get and hang up on the wall. But if I had to walk out the door with a gun, it's going to be the gun that I know is going to work. I know I can pick up and I can shoot relatively easily.
Yeah, that's so I'm done buying guns. That's what that's the conclusion I came to. I have that Walther Q4 steel frame. I got that on layaway right now. That's my last gun for a while. All right. My main focus is going to be classes, training classes, and ammo.
Oh, you said
it's funny you said that, Roblox, because that's my I don't do New Year Revolution, New Year's stuff, but I got you. I got a goal for the following year. Next year, I want to do training and ammo.
Yep.
You know, hey, so think about this right here, right? Even with your ammo, man. If you look at your gun as a system, your ammo, your holster. You guys were talking about holsters earlier, right? Look at the ammunition you match up and you pair up with your gun, and that plays a big point in the performance, stopping power, kinetic energy, ballistics, all that shit that we really don't think about, but it matters, when you start engaging targets. There's a lot of lessons out there. If you go and look at the stats, like your furthest engagements for gunfights,
yep.
The FBI statistics, and then what from dudes in the streets and everything else. You start putting all that shit together, and you can kind of get an idea of what you need, right? A lot of people are wearing body armor, 3A plus.
Let me interject, Joe.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yo, the thing I wanted to say was, right, I know a lot of people just like, yeah, just get this one or get this two. I'm one person that I'm an enthusiast. I just like shooting different shit, and it's not as
Oh yeah, for sure,
readiness.
for
It's
sure.
not part of
So
readiness or preparedness or performance. I don't give a fuck about it. I really don't even care. You know, the performance, the accuracy. I just like shooting different shit. I'm an enthusiast. You know what I
so
mean? So
that that
none of
that
this
brings me to
that it doesn't have value to everyone unless that's your take. You know what I'm saying?
I
that
got
that
you.
brings me to the next question is to understand what it is that we all train for. I'll start.
Mhm.
I personally train for sport. I don't train as hard for self defense. I definitely have trained a lot on that, but my preference and what I buy guns and accessories for
It's
is to
sport.
enjoy at the range.
It's
I
Hey,
get you.
fellas,
I got you.
drop off real quick. Everybody have a good evening.
All right,
All
T. A, man. You take care, brother.
but I
right,
buy
stay
because I like to shoot. I like shoot different shit all the different times as much as I can. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I definitely get that
I,
because I mean, I do that. I
Mhm.
like to shoot. Like to shoot different shit. I shot my boys Type A um Sunday. Dope as hell. Um, I shot this other guy's Glock 45, and we kind of compared his to mine. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, like recoil. I should say cycling. We compared that, and I shot a lot of people's stuff this weekend.
And that's fun.
Um,
That's fun to me.
that's fun, man. Just like I like to see how everybody, like different people, and how you approach your weapon. And it's dope. Just saying, it was 18 of us. So you know what I'm saying. You got a bunch of fellas fellowship and talking about guns and stuff like that, and what you like and what I like, and comparing it. And we got somebody that's sitting there who has real world experience in the situation. You know what I'm saying, giving us some type of feedback, and we could bounce stuff off of. So I love the tactical aspect of it, and tactical ain't nothing but doing the basics sped up. That's what we doing. So if we can master the basics, even if you are just sports shooting or working on reloads or doing the mantis and stuff like that, if you can perfect that, everything shooting wise can help you in a self defense situation if you can master it. You know what I'm saying? So everybody like Armel just like to shoot. Do you, man? As long as we out here practicing and we can pick up a gun and actually manipulate it the right way and um, formulate how to get out or get into a situation, I'm good with it, man. I literally, like, I had an epiphany because I'm real hard on people about this gun shit, but everybody ain't gonna think like me.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's just how it is.
Right.
It's just how it is, man.
We all different in that aspect, Roadblock, because I can honestly say, and I could show on this live, I took 6 classes this year,
Mm-hmm.
and I took 10 last year. But
Mm-hmm.
it's my training. It's what I want to do. It's what I'm into 150% of it. And guess what? During all those classes, you learn a few things. And one of the things that I learned is everybody got their different take on the classes. Everybody has their different feel on what they think is best for you. But at the end of the day, it's all up to you and what feels good for you and why you're learning. I train to get better. I train because I'm a teacher, and I'm never full of everything I know. There's always something to learn. There's always something to grow. There's always a way to grow this to yourself and other people as well. So I do it for the love of it because that's what I love to do. And at the end of the day, it's me that's going to get everything out of it. So I can take that and train with it, help someone else and all that. Now, the biggest question about that is that I heard you say that you're done with buying firearms, but most people, my biggest question is, would you rather buy a new firearm or would you rather get a training lesson?
I'm going training.
I'm buying a new gun.
I'm buying a new gun too.
Yeah, I'm buying a new gun.
I'm definitely going to train. I'm definitely going to train. That shit just it just did something to me, man. I was just like, I'm trying to go wherever.
You know,
wherever.
Between.
You know, Roblox, and I know you're not going to do this, but the bad thing about training, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I plan on doing training next year. The bad thing about training is people go take training classes and they think they're good to go. And people don't realize if you take a class, what you learn in that class, you need to go out next weekend and practice. And then the weekend after that, you still need to practice.
Oh, we got
all
homework.
the stuff, you know
We
what I'm
got
saying?
homework.
All the stuff you learned because you went to a class doesn't mean you absorbed it in and now you don't need to train. You need to practice what you learn. A lot of people
And I got you, and I'm gonna respond to that. In class, one thing that we learned, he said, "Hey man, I'm not the only teacher out here." He said, "Get you a wealth of knowledge from a wide variety of instructors." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, "Get the shit that he got pissed at a lot of folks on Sunday because this is his second time here, and this was the Urban Battle Rifle 2. So he did Urban Battle Rifle 1 when he was here last time, and a lot of the folks that were there, I didn't take that class because I didn't know about it, but a lot of people that took that class, when they came back, he said, I'm literally rehashing the shit that I went over the last time I was here. And you, and y'all was here. Y'all should be up to speed on all of this. I gave y'all homework. So what you saying is correct, real deal. Just because you took the class, you still have to apply that shit when you go to the range, when you go outside. You have to do that shit. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just like they take that, they pay their $200 for the class, and then they shoot their gun, and then they put their gun back in their safe, and they go about their business. And they buy another gun, then they buy another gun, then they buy another gun, and then they're not actually training on what you were taught. So, and I mean, everybody don't want to be tactical. I understand. Everybody don't want to run courses and shit like that. I understand. Like Zach is a competition shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't do competition shooting, but Zach goes and he practices competition shooting because that's his shit. That's his niche. Everybody has a niche. Everybody got one.
Yeah, a robot.
I think there's also a situation where it's hard to replicate those trainings. So you might have to, fly or take a long drive to a training course that they're running in the desert somewhere outside, nice and open and airy, and you get back to your city and all you got is indoor fucking facilities. You know what I'm saying? So it's also hard to replicate those training scenarios that you go through.
And you're not going to retain everything that you learn in one class. The object of it is to take what is best for you, take what you learned out of it, and work on that. When I said that I took 6 classes this year, granted, I took something from each one of them because you could say this too. Every trainer that trains you doesn't know exactly what you do and what works for you. So you have to be able to take what is working for you out of that class, and just like Real Deal said, you have to work on that because the object is to get better. Because I take tactical classes, but I shoot USPSA every week without fail. And so I do it, but again, that's me. That's the love of the sport. That's what I love to do. And so I'm going to do it. And so I could spend my money and get a bunch of firearms, but at the end of the day, they say, and when I grew up, they said, be careful of the man with one firearm because he probably knows how to use it well.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
While you trying to figure out which staccato you about to grab, he about to pull out that old ass Lorson.
Hey, so one of those things to touch on what Billy at My Fly Family just said and the last speaker just said, it's one of those things, and it goes beyond just taking a class and doing this. You got to get into it and do more and be more and do it. But one of the things I found out that we don't do regularly is weapons maintenance. We don't understand at what point we should start changing out springs because we're not one with our weapon system where something sounds a little off and it's just not kicking up. And then I'll go cheap on ammo and I'm running steel case ammo because it's 18 cents a round, and I'm hitting
But
here. And
it's
then when I
literally
start
fucking up your
shooting the
internal.
good stuff, I got a different point of impact off of my point of aim. So some of these guys, they're sponsored, they get free ammo. Some of these units, ammo is paid for. So I can run, I can go to a course and I can run 2,000 rounds per man and not even flinch about it and burn out a barrel. So that's one of those things we have to be aware of, if that makes any sense. And like the last speaker just said, what I do in a class out in Arizona that's wide open, I got 360-degree range. I can't do it my local spot. I don't have a place where I can shoot 400 meters and take my gun, out that far and see the capabilities. I'm stuck to a 25-meter indoor range, which, it's better
I'm
than
a,
nothing.
so urban, because I stay in an urban environment. Most of us do, right? I don't know about you, Billy. Billy probably stay in the sticks somewhere.
Hey, Roadblock, I moved
Yeah.
up. I'm in suburban, man. I
You
live in a
get
gated
okay.
community.
All right.
Nah.
I mean, I'm in the urban area, man. We got a pine or whatever, but it's still urban. It's not in the inner city, but it's right outside, but it's not considered the burbs. But if you look, literally this house is next door to me. So I'm not going past 200 yards. My house next door to me is 10 yards away on either side. Across the street is about 60 yards. So I don't necessarily have a need to train long distance. It would be nice, but we talk about what are you training for? I say train for your environment.
Yeah. Hey, Roadblock, I'm going to
Yes,
cut
sir.
you off, and I don't mean to be rude. And funny you should mention that.
I had a lot.
Today's the 9th. 6 days ago, we had the 30th anniversary of the Battle of the Black Sea, the second Battle of Mogadishu, right? Guys went out, hey, it's going to be an hour and a half mission. Don't need this, don't need that. You never know what you're going to encounter. So I would say get your basic building blocks and then do a little bit extra, because it's always nice to engage that target further off than close up.
Yeah, so I sighted my rifle in at 25 yards, so it's good at the same. It's good dead on at 100. So, and moving, it can reach out to 3. So I have that's 55 grain, 5.56. So I can get out there. I've shot 300 yards before. I'm gonna put this magnifier, and that's what I've been trying to do right now. I got this EOTech on mine right now, so I'm trying to figure: do I want to go LPVO, or I just want to put a magnifier on behind this EOTech? So that's gonna be probably the last thing I do to this rifle is either put the magnifier on there. So we talking about gear and buying upgrades and stuff like that. That's probably going to be the last thing I do to this rifle.
I had a quick question about your training, Roadblock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the training, right?
Yeah.
And you said you got homework, right?
Yeah.
Was there particular training material that you take home that you can reference a lot of the stuff in case? Because everybody just mentioned that a lot of the stuff in the training you forget, you're going to forget. But,
yeah. I recorded a lot. I recorded a hell of a lot, and a lot of the stuff is. I don't know if y'all seen that video that I posted on Instagram, but
actual
training. My reloads are pretty good with a pistol, but I could be better. You know what I'm saying? I can speed that time up, because a lot of the times when I reload it, even though I have a mag well on my pistol, I hit the outside. So when I'm grabbing my magazine, instead of my finger going alongside the front of the magazine, I'm just grabbing it. So when you put your finger on the front of that magazine, it's going to give you a reference.
Yep.
When you slide that mag in, I was just grabbing it because I was just trying to be fast. But he was like, "Man, smooth is fast. Just be smooth with it."
Hey, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah,
right.
man. Yep. So
But
and
you're
that's my
saying that there
homework.
was material at the training. It was just what you recorded.
You say you talking about just material that he gave me?
Yeah, just like reference material. Like when you leave there, you can go look back to like say, like your example you gave for your mag change, right? You
Uh-huh.
say move mag change. How you move mag change? You grab it up, you slide it in X Y Z. I don't know how he said.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Like he trying to impregnate.
No, I get what you're saying. Keep going, Ariel. What is it?
Yeah, but T-Max, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And
Yeah, but we ain't talking about that though. Anyway, yeah, but I'm just asking was there like material you could take home and you could go back and reference some of the stuff that he was teaching in the class? Was there?
No, most of it is doing.
Doing hands on.
It's hands on. It's doing. So the first part of class in both days where we have 40 minutes in the classroom, especially with the rifle day, when he was going over sighting in your rifle, because a lot of people that came didn't have their rifle sighted in. And so we was going over sighting in your rifle and shit like that. But most of it is on the range training, if that makes sense. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
What did that trip cost you?
The trip?
Yeah, like
the class.
The entirety, the class.
Okay, so it was in Carlton, Michigan, which is and I'll tell y'all this, it's Century Gun Club, which is the oldest black-owned private gun club in the country.
Mm-hmm.
It was started in 1947 by Tuskegee Airmen.
Oh wow!
And it's still in operation today. It's only 40 minutes from my house.
Okay.
So each class was $200.
Yeah.
Each class, so it was $400 altogether.
How many people were?
The first day, the pistol day, it was 10 of us, and rifle day, it was 18.
And it's pretty affordable for a class too.
And he literally told us that he charged other folks like $6. You know what I'm saying? Like he charges a lot more, but again, we're behind as a community. We're fucking behind.
You got the brothers discount.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we're literally behind a long ways.
I'm getting in the training game, baby. That shit is beautiful.
So let me say this real quick because all you guys know Kaba, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys have taken any force on force classes, right? So he just started doing one. I saw him put one out for a force on force class, and that is actually something like we all carry every day. And we'll go and we'll take a pistol 1, a pistol 2 and stuff like that. But people see a force on force class, they get a little scared because they don't know what's it about. And honestly, that's going to be the one of the biggest things that come upon us carrying a firearm each day and every day for the most part. And with that being said, we will get in our cars, we travel, just like you said, Roadblock, that was 40 minutes from you. Like I'm really wanting to see like what we do. We get so I think built on buying new firearms and stuff like that and stunting. I'm gonna be honest, and stunting like that we don't feel like classes like this are necessary, but it's a major necessity. I feel like, because Roadblock did mention that we are behind on that aspect, because we feel like once we got a pistol or something like that we good to go. And we're really not. When you have somebody trying to take your firearm off you, in a class, or it's on the ground and you got somebody trying to stop you from getting it, or they're trying to take it out of your holster, and you got to expend that energy to stop them from doing that and to learn how to do that, it's a whole different ball game. And trust me when I say this, if you have any classes like that in your area, those are worth taking, because it'll give you a whole different perspective, like what Roblox said, on the actual game, on what we're doing here. Because if we're not doing it, what's the reason to be having these lives, honestly?
Yeah.
Yo, and then
Hey,
to add on
so
to that, the whole purpose of having a firearm, whatever your purpose is a strength sense of empowerment. But that empowerment doesn't stop at a firearm. We got to look at ourselves in our community, and we got to say, how else can we empower each other?
yeah. Hey, so
Be-
one
Yeah,
thing
that too.
to add on to what the brother just said before Armel, we do a lot of training, and a lot of that training is static, right?
Yep.
So, and one of the things we look at the gear that these other units are wearing and everything else. These units do a lot of dynamic training, right? So I would say find a laser tag place or a paintball facility, which is
Hey, I
even
was
better.
just thinking about
And
that. I was just thinking
and
about
go
that.
and do that. That puts it in a whole different perspective. It makes you think about like what you're doing and what makes sense, because getting hit by a random paintball
That
kind
shit
of
hurt.
brings it into perspective as, hey,
Mm-hmm.
this really wasn't cover. That was a done move, everything else. Um, there's a lot that we can do as civilians, but there's a lot we can't do because it's cost prohibitive. And that's one of those things that we have to be smart about the money. I can't afford to go and shoot 2,000 rounds a week, every other week or every month, and go train and do that shit. So you have to take like the big picture and what it is you're doing on a daily and what situations you're most likely to encounter. Now, with that being said, throw all that shit out the window because it's not going to go down like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
if you look at
Like you think
everyone,
it's gonna go down, it ain't gonna go down.
it ain't gonna go down.
Aerosol spot costs the
So,
same. Real
so
one.
the best thing you can probably do is train to a 60 or 80% standard, and everything else you just got to be lucky and you know rely on your level of training. And it goes back to training. Um, you're in a situation. Do I be a hero or do I be a good witness? And that's the first decision you got to make. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I heard it. I heard it this weekend. So everybody know I work on the road.
mm-hmm.
So I got home. I had to work Friday. So I got home at 10 o'clock. I had to hurry up and pack my shit. Got up Saturday morning at 7. Got all my shit in the car. Drove up there. I didn't come home till 7. Then Sunday, I had to do the same shit. My wife was like, "No, like you, like come on, man. You ain't even been home." Like my daughter had the grade school homecoming on Saturday, and it was just a whole lot of stuff going on. And my wife looking at me, and I was just like, "I know, I gotta have this training." You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta have this training. And next weekend, I'm all yours. Like,
Yeah.
I'm all yours. But we gotta be able to set aside. We gotta be able to set aside this time. Like when we go to Real Deal's crib, my wife is coming. Like I told her, I was like, "Cause I ain't trying to hear you. Like, you coming."
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually come and fellowship with us. So I'm not leaving you here because you part of this too. But we got to be able to set aside the time to train or to shoot. That's more than just stagnant, just staying at a range, standing and shooting. Because shooting on the move, I literally ran 100 yards down and 100 yards back, did 25 push-ups, got up and shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That shit hit different, huh?
heart is literally trying to crawl out your throat, and you shooting. So you gotta, while you running up, concentrate on the target that I'm about to shoot. By the time I get to the line, I'm already reaching for my pistol. I got run round in the chamber, shoot, click, drop mag, like doing that because your fatigue level fucks with your mental. And your mental is controlling all of your movements, right? Now, can you have the physical makeup to control your mental and your mental to control your physical while you're doing all of this and actually put rounds on target at the same time? It was just like, okay, this is different. But everybody, that ain't for everybody. That ain't for everybody. I get it. But for me, it was just like I knew, like, yeah, I go to the gym and shit like that, but I need to run these 2.5 miles.
Right.
I need to run these 2.5 miles to actually get to where I want to be.
Right.
And like you said, force on force, can I wrestle with somebody who's trying to take my firearm for 3-4 minutes?
Yeah. Hey, so I got a question for the panel and for the chat. I can't see the chat though. Has anyone heard or know about the 21-foot or the 7-foot rule? 7-yard rule and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So like to allude to what Robach was saying, you know, we're sitting here, you got your holster, you got everything set up, you got one in the chamber, all this other good stuff. But again, are you ready to go hands-on with an individual before you can get to your weapon and neutralize a threat? You know, and that's one of those things that I think, or I've seen throughout the YouTube and the IG, that we don't pay a lot of attention to. You know,
That's a flaw in the training, bro. If somebody towards you running, you better run the other direction. That's a flaw in the training.
Well, sometimes you're not afforded that opportunity to run away. Sometimes you can't egress.
And if you see them, you see them. Move.
I told everybody airplane. I told everybody.
We all picture that perfect scenario where we can, but you know,
ain't nothing gonna be perfect out here, man. You don't know how that shit gonna go down.
Everybody thinks you're John Wick.
Everybody think they John Wick, and you done played the shit off in your head 100 times. Like I'm gonna pull my pistol out, and I'm gonna do some crazy cartwheel maneuver and pop up.
Hey, the hardest hitter in the game, Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until you get hit in the face. Now, the other thing too is Dennis Dixon. I can't forget this, and then I'll be off.
You know,
but the training also includes first aid, because guess what? If you're doing all that stuff like that, and somebody you know or somebody's around gets hit, and you don't know how to take care of their wounds, you haven't saved the day.
Yep.
You know,
and all of that
a lot of eye facts this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Hollerfield said everybody has a plan until somebody bites you in the ear.
Well, so actually, even more going back to the thing, man. One of the teams said, you know, no plan survives initial contact, because there's just shit you can't fucking plan for, and you have to be adaptive, and you have to, you know, be flexible. And we all talk about getting off the X. Where the fuck is the X? I never seen a fucking X.
Yep.
Right?
And you might not be standing on your feet when something go down. You might be on your back. You might be anything can happen at any time, anywhere. I was literally at the gym today, and I had it in my bag, but the gym is the only place where I have my headphones cover both ears.
Yo, you
right?
Shit to men,
That's
right?
my only vulnerable time when it comes to hearing. But if you see me in there, I look like a freaking peacock because my head is just all over the place, just looking around. I look like a freaking bird.
Good habits.
But this guy went into the women's bathroom, and then all you heard was "Get out of here!" And I felt something to the left of me while I was at the dumbbells, and I looked, and I just seen him run out. I don't know, nothing happened, but I'm just saying, like,
just that quick.
And some people don't carry or have a firearm in their gym bag.
Somebody just got shot, Roadblock, and killed at our gym not even a couple months ago.
What fucking gym you go to?
Shot and killed. And guess what?
You might want to change your membership.
I'm glad you said that, because it's uppity.
Listen, we're gonna go fucking GoFundMe, man. We're gonna do a GoFundMe.
You said that because it's a gym that you wouldn't expect it to happen, and that's the problem. It's uppity gym. A lot of people go there, ritzy people with money. Someone still got shot there.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you at nowadays.
It can go down at any time.
Everybody,
that's just the thing right there, man. Your threats are asymmetrical. right?
Yep.
Everyone's thinking that only the bad shit that happen in bad neighborhoods. Your threats are
Bad shit happen
asymmetrical,
anywhere.
right? So it's just like, why am I going to go break into a house in the hood when they living just as bad as me? I'm going to the
Yep.
rich neighborhoods, like Huey
Yep.
Newton said. Why do you rob banks? That's where the money's at.
That's where the money
So
at.
your threats are asymmetrical. Whether it's someone following someone from a bank, someone following someone from Christmas shopping,
That's
someone
big
getting a
now.
drop on you in a affluent neighborhood, the threat is asymmetrical now.
I got a question, right? For Roadblock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you purchased for a firearm that enhanced your performance?
Yes. Magwell for my Glock 45. The Walther, the trigger that I bought for my Walther, the trigger that I bought, all my trigger upgrades enhanced my performance. What else? My red dots enhanced my performance. I can shoot with irons, but shooting with a red dot is so much easier. And as I'm starting to get older, my eyes are starting to go down a little bit.
You're a whippersnapper, Roadblock.
Yeah.
Roadblock 30, man.
I'm 43, man. I'm 43. It ain't like that no more.
You're supposed to say this weekend.
You still got
So I would say there are things that definitely can enhance your performance. If I go from a 8-pound trigger to a 3.5-pound trigger, that's definitely going to increase my performance.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So one thing about your triggers, you need to be careful, man, because God forbid you're ever in a shooting situation and you get a DA, an investigator that knows about guns, and they start looking at triggers and they start saying that, this guy went from a factory 5-pound trigger on his Glock to a 2.2-pound trigger. He just wanted to shoot people. And that's one of those things that
I'm gonna disagree with you on this.
Can bite you in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, I will in Ohio. In Ohio, the laws that they pass in Ohio, there's no way that they're gonna be able to pull that on us.
You're good. You're good.
I will say, I mean, because I know they tried. I know the one dude had a Punisher on his gun, and they tried to get him for intent. Like what? Like I didn't. I just put something. It was cosmetic. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter what you do your gun. The DEAs or the DA's going to use whatever they can. If you use hollow points, they're going to say you use killer ammo. If you use round ball, you can say you use round ball because you want to be able to go through the person and hit the next person behind them. So it doesn't matter what you do to the gun. They're going to use whatever you did against you.
Oh, Jack Sparrow ass gun.
Yeah, did y'all see that pirate?
Jack Sparrow ass gun.
Yeah, blunderbuss.
Yo, put it up again, Billy. Look.
Fucking Armellus.
After your bullet.
Armellus? The blunderbuss.
Beat a motherfucker in the head with the hammer. You know what I mean? This is handmade.
Matt Turner, man.
What in the Harriet Tubman shit is this?
Quit showing your wood on the live, man.
Damn. Hey, man, listen. I got to get the fuck on out of here.
So you get that ass
falling asleep. We had an amazing conversation tonight. Hopefully somebody is walking away with something, some realities, something to learn, something to teach.
Man, I came in late.
That's all right. That's all right. I think you hit everything on pretty much what we were talking about all night. And that's accepting the fact that we do buy things to enhance our performance. We can't rely on ourselves as we are changing and evolving as human beings, getting older every day that we're here. So anything to make it easier and more enjoyable, regardless of the shooting experience you're looking for, those things are definitely out there for you. Get out, train as much as you can, either with somebody or by yourself, but make sure you're doing something to be part of this amazing community. With that, folks, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. I got to go check on my happy ass wife. Make sure she's good. Yo, y'all enjoy the evening. We'll see y'all.
Peace, fellas.
Appreciate you, Bill.
God bless. God bless.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Billy.
Of course, no doubt. Don't forget tomorrow night, Press Check podcast. If you haven't, get over there, subscribe, and put your notification bell to listen.
What's the topic?
They don't know.
I don't know.
Not sure yet.
Okay.
Not sure, but we'll find out. It'll be something good. But till then, y'all, enjoy the evening.